What is up, guys? You got CodeTab here, and today I'm doing a little bit of a tutorial. I normally don't do tutorials on this channel, but today we're going to do something a little different. Now, this is a tutorial on how to get a lot of mileage points and a little bit of extra cash along the way. So, before this gets underway, I would just like to say there's a couple things that you need. One is a lot of time. Now, obviously you can't just get a bunch of money like instantly. There's no way to do that, but so this method I'm going to be using is good for like leaving your PlayStation on overnight. And I know you don't, you want to get this by actually, doing something and get it quick. But, you're not playing the game anyway while you're sleeping, so you might as well just, get some stuff while you're sleeping, So, basically, that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be showing you the best way that I've found to get mileage points and some money by leaving your PlayStation on overnight and getting some stuff. Now, if you don't know what mileage points are, basically, they are points that you get based off of the distance you drive. I believe 1 mile equals 10 mileage points, if that's the way it works. I'm pretty sure. So, mileage points you can use to come in here and into the mileage exchange and buy things like rims and stuff like that. But the more important thing is the cars. Now, there's only 2 cars every week that you can get, which really sucks. But these 2 cars are stuff that you're definitely going to want. I mean, safety car. Who doesn't want a safety car? And a road version of a Group B rally car? Hell yeah, sign me up. It's basically just a wide body Evo. And also there's a bunch of rims and stuff here too. So you're going to want all this, the specialty colors and stuff too. If you're into customizing your avatar, there's stuff for that too. So basically you're going to need a lot of mileage points to buy, all the cars that you want and everything that you want. So here's the best way to do it. Now, another thing that you're going to want is a very fast car. I have the SRT Tomahawk. You can use basically any car that you want, but you're going to want something that's, really, really fast. And the SRT Tomahawk has, the SRT Tomahawk has incredible straight line speed, and that's what's going to be important for this. Now, I've seen a lot of tutorials about using, not 2-player, about using the Northern Isle Speedway. Now, that is a good strategy because it's circular, it's simple. However, I found that with the SRT Tomahawk, at least, it is actually not very good because the way you exit the corner makes it so that way you kind of go at an angle and hit the other end of the oval at an angle, and it actually flips you, and it's just not good. It's not the optimal way to do it. So what you're going to want to do is the Tokyo Expressway Central Inner Loop. The Central Outer Loop has a little section where there's like a barricade blocking off another section of the road, and with this strategy you run into that and it slows you down a lot. So you want the Central Inner Loop where it doesn't have that. So time of day doesn't really matter. I'm going to choose evening here just because. Go to the garage. You want your SRT Tomahawk, and I know it's a million credits in this game, but trust me, after doing, just go into this career mode, play the game a little bit, and you'll get enough money to get the SRT Tomahawk in no time. 1,000,000 credits is not hard to get in this game. So here's where we're gonna get the most optimal amount of money out of this race. We're gonna switch it over to an endurance race. And number of cars, we only want 2. We want it to least as many possible. 2 means that there's only me and one other person, or you and one other person. Time limit. However long you think you're going to be away from your PlayStation. If you want to leave it on overnight, and then when you go to work the next day, you could set it to, 16, 17 hours, however long, your shift is at work. So that way, it covers the most distance possible. If you're just going to sleep, you could do it 8 to 12 hours, but again, the longer time that you have, the more credits you're going to get in the end. So, usually I do it for 12 hours because that's about how long I sleep. I know I sleep a long time. Get over it. Starting grid, you want to be in second place. If you go to first, you're going to get less credits. It's not much, but you do not need to be in first. Type of start doesn't matter. The rolling start distance doesn't really matter. Slipstream doesn't matter. Mechanical damage, fuel consumption, tire wear, you want those off because you're not going to be able to go into the pit stop while you're sleeping. So you want to make sure all those are off and on none. Now the next thing that you need to make sure that you have is this one, the boost. It's set to strong right now. We want to set that to none. And as you can see, that gives us a lot more credits over on the left hand side. So we want to set that to none. That is very important. You want that off. Now the next important thing, if you have your opponent difficulty on intermediate, you're not going to beat them. You're not going to get first place, which means you're only going to get that 741 credits. And it's actually better to have a lower difficulty, because then you'll come first and you'll get 985 credits. That's actually a pretty important thing there. So you want to have your difficulty at beginner. The rest of this stuff doesn't really matter. So how do you make this work, you ask? Well, there's a lot of ways you can make this work. You go to your race. Your car setup doesn't matter. Tires don't matter. None of your upgrades really matter. Your gear ratios don't matter. You don't have to mess with any of that. I swear to God, it does not matter at all. So how exactly do we keep our controller, or how do we get our car to keep going all night? Well, there's a couple ways you can do it. You can use some really strong tape, like duct tape or something, and hold down the R2 button. If you can find a way to, rig a rubber band to hold it down, you can do that as well. But rubber bands are prone to slipping when the controller vibrates. The best way that I've found is if you look at your PlayStation 4 controller right now, everyone pick it up and look at it. When you push down your R2 button, there's a little bit of a gap between the R2 button, or the R2 trigger, excuse me, and this little plastic barrier between the R1 and the R2 buttons. Now, if you take a piece of paper, fold it up a bunch of times, some toilet paper works fine. That's what I've been using, just because that was what I had handy. Piece of cardboard, styrofoam, anything that's, thick enough for you to wedge in there. And if you do that, it'll keep the trigger held down and keep your car going in a straight line the whole way. And then that's it. And then you hit start and let your car do the rest. Now, important thing is the traction control. You want your traction control to be on at least 2. 2 can cause a little bit of problems if your opponent bumps you, or if you bump your opponent. So I would recommend you having it at 5, just to have the least risk possible. Then if your opponent bumps you, your car will stabilize itself and you'll be good to go. But yeah, that's basically it. You just let it go. And I know right now the opponent is ahead, but they brake so hard for all these corners that it's really easy for you to catch up. I found in like 5 or 10 laps, you will end up eventually overtaking your opponent and lapping them. So it's really easy. If you leave this on overnight, you're going to lap them several times. You're going to get almost 1 million credits, and in about 12 hours you should get about close to 30,000 mileage points, and that is quite a bit. That will be enough for you to get basically whatever you need for the next few weeks in the mileage exchange. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helps you out. Yeah, enjoy getting your cars, enjoy getting all your stuff. Now I know you guys some of you guys are gonna be a little salty. Why is this just an overnight trick? Why can't we just do something that gives us 1 million mileage points right away? Well, that's because that would be a little bit of cheating, and this is kind of cheating, but it's not cheating. So yep, this is, from what I've found, the best way to do it. The reason why this track works so well is because there's like no grass parts, there's no off-road parts. It's just these guardrails, just the turns. There's a lot of high-speed sections, like right here, for you to build up a lot of speed. And none of the corners are very sharp, so your car very easily goes around this track without spinning out, without crashing. So yeah, there you go. There's my tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. If you guys found out a better way to get mileage points, let me know in the comments. I would be very happy to see if one of you guys found out a way to do it better than this. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I will see you guys later.